girl was a little slow this morning. Her eye was starting to squint. She's getting some pink eye. Usually that doesn't make them much slower, so maybe she's got a couple things wrong with her. We gave her a dart. She'll be feeling better. And now we got some stuff to do on the crop side today. It'll be a little hot, but right now there's a really nice breeze and it's still in the 70s, so we're gonna try to get some work done before the sun comes out too much and it gets really hot. Big strong man. All right, so today the plan is, like I said, we're working on the crop side a little bit today. To start with, we're gonna take our combine, the 9770, we're gonna head to the North Farm and change the oil on it. Not too exciting, but we always change the oil at the North Farm because that's where the oil's at, and our used oil barrel. We're gonna head down there in a bit, and then we also got something to install on there. And if we're feeling really into it, maybe later today we'll fix that plug on the corn head like we talked about last video. Besides that, we got a few other things that can be done today. So we're gonna get this started and headed down the road, you say? Yep. So Dad was walking by just to climb up and start it. He noticed this belt was frayed and it was off. Then he walked over here and then there's a random belt just dangling. And so something crawled in here over winter and just started tearing stuff apart.
It's pretty common for things to break down the shed around here, just sitting. Yeah.
But yeah, we never noticed that, and we didn't think we had an issue at the end of harvest. We are supposed to have it inspected here soon. Hopefully they show up before harvest.
Yeah. Now, I was thinking maybe we'd end up having to do wet corn before they get it inspected, but looks like it needs some work done.
Yeah, she could use the wash. Better get her washed. Woo! Straighten out a little bit. Yep. A mouse just ran out. Did he make it? No, he did not. Can't get past me. Quite the angle.
Yeah. I've been thinking about that on the drive over here.
The belts?
Yep. That is the perfect breakdown.
Yeah?
Because we didn't have any downtime last year because we didn't notice it when we were finishing up. And we're going to get fixed before we start next year. That's way better than half hour into the first day.
Yeah. It just don't make sense.
It's perfect.
Like how'd you do that? Are you doing it?
I'm trying.
Okay.
Yep.
I hear it. It's gonna come. It ain't coming. Oh, there it is. A couple months ago when Dad and I were busy, we installed a footrest in here. Stretch out, you can really feel it back in here. Just it's nice to have another. There's that chopper speed system warning. I wonder if a mouse got in there or something. But it's nice to just have another, way to sit when you're spending long hours in here. That's a product from Lankota. You can maybe see at this sharp angle. The mechanic's coming out today, so we're gonna bring this home. He'll assess the damages, I guess. I hope I moved that oil bucket and didn't run it over. I think I did move it. Before we get working, let's see if we can get some air running through here. Whew, I should not have wore a long sleeve t-shirt today. I can feel something, but will I feel it in the middle of the shed? All right, instructions. Yeah, all right, here we go. All right, so this is what we're installing right now. It came in a couple pieces. I had to just bolt the brush onto the frame there. So this is called the feeder house brush kit. What it does is it sits up in here and it keeps corn from coming back out of the feeder house. You gotta You got a lot of grain in there. It's a bumper crop year. It's going to be bolted up in here. So I'm pretty sure I got to loosen a couple of these bolts or take them off completely, shove that up in there, and then bolt it back on. And so we'll save a few bushel that way. After we get that mounted in the feeder house, we got one other thing that we got to put together, and we'll talk about that in a minute here. Alright, so we got that brush kit in. Took probably, well, 30 minutes. I suppose half of that was just assembling it. And then the other part just had to loosen these. We'll take these 3 bolts out, loosen these up, and just slid it in and put the bolts back in. And hopefully that'll save us some bushels of corn when we start doing wet corn here in like 3, maybe 4 weeks. We got one more brush type kit here. This one goes on top of your soybean header. Once we get it set up, it'll make more sense. We got these like, months ago. It was winter, and I didn't want to put them together, put them on when it was 20 degrees. Didn't want my fingers cold, so now I'm doing it when it's above 90. I don't know if that's any better, but at least my fingers aren't cold, I guess. I'm just working on putting that other brush kit together, and I think Dad and I are gonna run to town now, get some lunch, and we gotta get a few parts, oil filter for something, and then we'll be back. So since we're driving to town, just got a package here. Someone gave Ellie some treats and me a Yeti, and so did you get anything?
No.
That sucks. Yeah, this is from Laura out in California. She also says she has a single daughter. Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Is that part of the gift?
Jeez, no.
I don't know. I'm driving.
No, I'm pretty hungry. That looks like some fancy stuff.
Grillers.
And now we're really in the heat of the day, and we're going to start working again. Dad's going to pull the combine in so we can get other stuff into the shed. I'm going to hook the skid loader up to that corn head so we can work on that plug and check the oil on the rest of those row unit reservoirs over there. This is the plug that we're looking for. There's 12 of them down here, and the first thing we're gonna do is come in here, kind of break all that dirt up on each one, clean it out real good, get it loose, get that dirt loose, and then Dad's got the air compressor. We'll blow it out that dirt so it doesn't fall in when we're checking it. Pull each one of them out, and one of them along here, it stripped out when we were trying to take it off last year, and so we're gonna have to weld a nut on there, and hopefully we can get that off without breaking stuff. This porch needs a shade.
Yeah.
It's hot up here.
Yep.
I'm thankful that we're not really big farmers when we're working on like the planter and stuff, like with a 24 or 36 row.
And then the rest of the year you have your dirt.
Yeah, and then when you're actually out there planting.
If you got it on the dippy.
Think with your dipstick, Jimmy.
I don't know what that was.
It's from an ad.
If it's on the knurled part, we're good.
Looks good to me.
Okay.
Whew. It is toasty. Oh. That ain't good. Oh, jeepers creepers. Where'd that go? I'm losing my mind. Looks good. You see them honkers?
Yeah. Look at them. How low they are. Up there. What are they doing? Are they going north already?
They're just giving us a show, man.
They're going north already. Maybe it won't be 100 tomorrow. Yeah, it will be.
All right, we got to the fun part. We stuck the impact down in there and it kept stripping So we're gonna weld one of these bolts on there. Nuts. Thank you, Dad. And then we're just gonna put a bunch of wire down in there, and then we'll put the impact back on it.
What kind of wire? Wire feed wire?
Wire feed wire. And we'll just, I guess, see how it goes.
You're the welder.
Okay. Here's my brand new welding gloves, Dad.
Wow.
Yeah, so we had 2 people send us welding gloves after I was complaining. So that was really nice. Really appreciate it.
That's even nicer than your dad didn't buy any gloves and you've been welding for your dad.
Yeah.
So these guys are nicer than your dad.
Yeah, so today I'm going to use these ones that are shorter, and I'm really hot, so don't feel bad.
How about one of each?
One of each?
Yeah.
That one looks hot. That looks...
No.
I'm not... okay.
Okay. It is hot.
It is hot.
Watch your head now.
I'm gonna use the... I'm gonna use these ones.
But the other ones in the wintertime will be...
Yes, and especially stick welding. I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much.
It'll be over soon, hopefully.
Like death?
No. For me.
Good. Well, we got it out, and the oil was good, so that's good news. Now we just put it in. We'll be done with this header. We'll just have to grease it, and it'll be ready for harvest. Love that John Deere green. A town again. We're just going to Mount Vernon, and we're picking up a pickup that Dad recently purchased from my grandma out in Minnesota. We put a flatbed on the back of it, and it's gonna kind of be our farm truck. Hopefully, we might end up putting maybe a toolbox on it or something. Maybe fuel tank for when harvest starts.
We might be a little heavy on pickups right now, but it's a family vehicle, and we wanted to keep it in the family. It's a 2010 Chevy. It's only got 22,000 miles. The box was a little bent up on it. We decided to put a flatbed on it.
Yep, and so
we're happy to keep it in the family. It was their farm pickup.
Yeah, and we're kind of excited to see how it looks with that new flatbed on it. I thought I'd get video before you take off, so they know what that looks like since it's not strapped down. If that falls off and hurts somebody, I'll have to delete this so no one knows where it came from.
Maybe you should follow me so it only hurt you.
So if you're looking for a bluish colored box for a 2500, we got one for sale. There's a few dents in it. Also, I want to mention we're going to take gravel the whole way, so don't worry. We're going to go slow. So I was interrupted earlier. I'm gonna finish that last brush kit, slap that on the corn head so you guys can see what it looks like. How far did we get? We were putting the magnets on, and then after that just gotta put the brush on it, and then it should be ready to go. Oh, and these brackets. All right, so now we go over to the header, we slap it on, and then we figure out these magnets are... Ugh. I pinched myself like 5 times today. And then we put these on and get it to the right setting. So we'll take our bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, all right. And I'll just take this whole thing over and get it set up the rest of the way. Ellie, where are you going? Okay. This specific brush is mostly made for soybean headers, so that'll keep, have you ever been combining and seeds hitting you in the window, and that gets kind of annoying, and it's just going to prevent a little bit more loss from just grain bumping off things, bouncing off stuff that's spinning. More bushels, more money in your pocket, and a little bit less annoying. And they come in 5-foot sections, and you could put them all the way the whole length if you wanted to. Right now we're just going with right in front of the feeder house. I was just wanting to show how it sits on there. But yeah, that'll, you know, your soybeans, those are really bouncy and they're bouncing everywhere. And with all this heat, we really wanted these calves to be able to drink on both sides of the drinker. And so we opened the gate. Dad and I put a few panels around there. For some reason they really like to stand there, but now they got both sides of that drinker. We didn't want them running everywhere because, you know, they like to explore and they just get themselves hot, and we just wanted them to be able to come out of that pen, get some more water. And I think that's helping quite a bit. Whew, I think we're getting to the end of the day. I'm gonna throw this equipment in. It doesn't need to be outside. We'll start with the 4-wheel drive, then we'll do the baler, and probably the 7520 in the back there. It was warm in there. Look at this wasted space right here. We need to buy more equipment. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We're one step closer to harvest. What else we got going on? We should probably check over the bean header. We do have a couple minor things that we want to do to that corn head before harvest comes. Otherwise, well, I guess the mechanic did come out today. He tore it apart, figured out what he needs for parts, and it shouldn't be too much. A couple belts and a blade on our fan actually broke off, and so there's just a few things he wants to fix before harvest starts. Otherwise, we're getting ready and we're getting close. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time. Have a good one.